What's this one called? Eyes That Stopped Time. So this is one of the photos that I actually brought up on my computer. This was done with my iPhone without any special lens, and I brought up photos of a friend that was done on like a $700 camera with a $1,200 lens. And by the way, if you ever want to do fancy photography, you can rent lenses. I think renting like a $1,200 lens is only like 40 bucks a day, or maybe it's 40 bucks a weekend. Gear is incredibly cheap to rent. And then if you want to get constructive, make a couple film friends and then just bring them along. I graduated before my friend at Texas State, so I was able to schedule shoots in the studio. Well, she scheduled the shoots, but I worked it out with her. Also, you can pay students like very little and they'll work with you, between like 10 and 20 bucks an hour. So, and then if, well, what helps me a lot is I have a film degree, and in film, you have to get a lot of stuff done very quickly. You pretty much start the day 20 minutes behind, and then it gets worse from there. So you have to keep your eye on the ball. So going from film to photography, where you have just all this time, I'm able to kind of politely bully a situation. And really, I'm just keeping us on track. It's not that photography people are lazy, it's just that film people are you have to squeeze the most out of your time to get as much good productivity as possible. So you're not getting average productivity, or you're getting good productivity. You're getting really good shots or really good scene work. Something else I'll do is I'll look up poses that I like. Like, you can always improvise poses once you kind of figure out what you like and what you want. And that was really terrifying at first. I was like, I don't know how to pose people, and all the stuff on YouTube I watched really didn't help. And then I kind of just figured out that everyone just does their own thing that looks good. And there's a couple rules, like don't have your hands kind of doing the same thing. You want difference. And then there's angles and there's curves, and you just start to learn one thing at a time, and then you know 2 things, and then you know 3 things, and you know 4 things, and pretty soon you know lots of things. So don't be afraid to do photography, and don't be afraid to do it with whatever you have. You know, I put down a white blanket on a white comforter on my bed, and I had the model lay on that, and you know, she was fine with it. Or I put up white photo paper on my wall that I just bought on Amazon. It was like 30 bucks, and it was I bought one that was 4 feet wide. I bought one that was 6 feet wide. I just had them do photography against that. But Eyes That Stop Time. So I always I always try to get photos from different angles, good angles, weird angles, bad angles, just to see what I can do. So the model Katie was sitting on the chairs, and she has just the wonderful, wonderful eyes, and I just stood way above her and just click, and that's how I got that great perspective. Yeah, I really like this one. I like the clarity of her eyes, and she has these perfect lips, and you know, a strong nose, and I like the hair just falling everywhere, and her arms coming out of her overalls and she looks adorable in her overalls, and she's just a great person. Yeah, the steps are nice, even though they're dirty. I like the scrunchie on her arm. Yeah.